Have you ever wondered how the brain processes the end of a romantic relationship? It's not just about the emotional turmoil, the tears, and the heartache. There's a lot more going on beneath the surface, inside that intricate organ we call the brain. You see, breakups don't just shake us emotionally, they also instigate significant changes in our brain. Now, you might be asking, what does neuroscience have to do with my broken heart? Well, believe it or not, it offers some pretty interesting insights. It's like a backstage pass into how our brains process and deal with the end of a romantic relationship. From the rush of hormones to the neural pathways that light up, the brain's response to a breakup is a complex and fascinating process. So, are you ready to journey into the mind and uncover the mysteries of heartbreak and healing? Stay tuned as we delve into the fascinating neuroscience of breakups. To understand the neuroscience of breakups, we first need to understand what happens to our brain when we fall in love. You see, love is not just an abstract concept or a mere collection of emotions. It's a complex process orchestrated by various regions of our brain. When we're head over heels, areas like the ventral tegmental area, or VTA, and the caudate nucleus swing into action. The VTA, part of our brain's reward system, starts firing up, releasing dopamine, the feel-good chemical. It's what gives us that euphoric, can't-get-enough feeling when we're with our partner. Meanwhile, the caudate nucleus, a key player in our brain's learning and memory system, helps us form and associate those lovely memories with our significant other. And then there's oxytocin, the so-called love hormone that floods our system, fostering trust and bonding. These elements combined create the intoxicating cocktail of love and attachment in our brains. But what happens to these brain regions and chemicals when love ends? When a romantic relationship ends, our brain undergoes a series of changes. Picture this. You've stubbed your toe on the corner of a piece of furniture. It's a sudden, sharp, intense pain that makes you wince. Now, what if I told you that the same regions of your brain that just fired up in response to that physical pain also light up when you experience a heartbreak? Sounds unbelievable, right? But that's exactly what some intriguing studies have shown. Researchers at the University of California, Los Angeles, found that the anterior cingulate cortex and the prefrontal cortex, areas of our brain linked to physical pain, become active during periods of intense social distress, like the end of a romantic relationship. It's as if our brain is saying, hey, this emotional pain you're feeling, it's as real as a physical one. But that's not all. There's another side to this. Have you ever wondered why a breakup feels so much like withdrawal symptoms? Well, that's because it is. Love, you see, is a bit like a drug. It releases feel-good hormones like dopamine and oxytocin in our brain, making us feel elated, happy, and all those warm and fuzzy feelings that we associate with being in love. As we grapple with a breakup, our brain initiates several coping mechanisms. When you're going through a heartbreak, it's like your brain is trying to regain its footing on a slippery slope. It's trying to restore balance, to regain control over the chaos that the emotional upheaval has caused. It's trying to make sense of the nonsensical. One of the key players in this process is the prefrontal cortex. This part of your brain is like the captain of your emotional ship. It steps in to manage the emotional pain, to keep the ship steady amidst the stormy seas of heartbreak. Research shows that the prefrontal cortex can lessen the emotional pain of a breakup by dialing down the intensity of your negative emotions. It's like a built-in volume control for your feelings. When you're feeling overwhelmed by sadness or anger, your prefrontal cortex steps in to turn down the volume, to make the intense feelings more manageable. But the prefrontal cortex can't do it alone. It needs help from other parts of your brain and your body. That's where activities like meditation, exercise, and social interactions come into play. These activities can aid in the healing process by triggering the release of endorphins in your brain. Endorphins are like the body's natural painkillers. They can help to alleviate the emotional pain of a breakup. When you meditate, when you exercise, when you spend time with friends, you're not just distracting yourself from the pain, you're actively helping your brain to heal. You're giving your brain the tools it needs to manage the pain, to regain balance, to get you back on track. So when you're going through a heartbreak, remember that your brain is on your side. It's working hard to help you heal, to help you move on. It's not an easy process, and it's not a quick one, but it's a necessary one. It's how you grow, how you learn, how you become stronger. It's not just about time healing all wounds, it's about your brain working to get you back on track. While breakups are painful, they also provide an opportunity for personal growth and self-improvement. Ever heard of the term post-traumatic growth? It's a concept psychologists use to describe the phenomenon where individuals can find personal growth and build resilience from overcoming difficult experiences. Take a moment to think about the silver lining that comes with breakups. They may hurt, but they also teach us valuable lessons about ourselves and our relationships. We learn what we want, what we don't want, and how we can better navigate our future relationships. And here's where the magic of neuroscience comes in. Our brains, thanks to their amazing plasticity, have the ability to learn and adapt from these experiences. This means we don't just survive breakups, we can thrive after them. We become stronger, wiser, and more resilient. Remember, every ending is a new beginning, and your brain is equipped to handle it and come out stronger on the other side. Please follow us and support this channel to grow.